We begin at 13 News at noon with breaking news, and we have a live look at Carroll County right now as the families of Abby Williams and Libby German will be speaking alongside officials following the sentencing of Richard Allen. So we are live there right now. We are monitoring this. We're going to have more from the family that's coming up very soon, so stay with us. In the meantime, you should know Richard Allen has been sentenced to 130 years behind bars for the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. Allen received 65 years for Abby and 65 for Libby. 13 investigative reporter Bob Siegel is in Delphi right now. He brings us the latest on today's sentencing. Bob, that is the maximum sentence. Fill us in.
It is 130 years, Felicia. That is the most that Richard Allen could have gotten today, and that is exactly what he got this morning here inside the Carroll County Courthouse. Judge Frances Gall saying she had no problem giving that harsh sentence based on what she referred to as the heinous nature of the murders. Judge Gall looked right at Richard Allen when she said to him, "You rank right up there with the most hideous crimes that she's ever seen in the 27 years she's been presiding over murder trials." And she said to him, "The families of Abby and Libby will deal with your carnage forever." Richard Allen did not show any emotion during the sentencing hearing. Judge Gall called him out for rolling his eyes at the judge as she was talking to him. As you just heard, she sentenced Allen to 65 years in prison for killing Abby, another 65 years for killing Libby, to be served consecutively, one after the other. Sheriff's deputies told me he's now on his way back to the Indiana Department of Corrections, although it's not clear which state prison he's being assigned to. The victims' families and the Carroll County prosecutor asked the judge to impose the maximum sentence. At the hearing, Prosecutor Nick McLeland told the judge, Richard Allen is a danger to the community, and he's the worst kind of danger, the kind who can kill two girls and then go on with his life. And a state police investigator told the judge Allen treated the girls like animals, stalking and humiliating them before he brutally killed them. Now, Allen's defense team didn't say much during the hearing at all, but we did speak with one of his defense attorneys immediately after. Here is what attorney Jennifer Auger had to say.
What they went through is unimaginable. We're looking forward to the next steps in our appeal. Other than that, we have nothing to say.
Regret. That appeal could be filed here in the coming days, certainly in the coming weeks, with the Indiana Court of Appeals. Now, 6 of Abby and Libby's family members spoke to the judge before the sentence was announced. Abby's mother spoke, Abby and Libby's grandparents, both, they all spoke to the judge as well. I will have their very powerful comments coming up on 13 News at 12:30. For now, Felicia, we're going to send it back to you.
We, of course, know that you have been following this. We know that the other new piece of information is that gag order has been lifted. So we are hearing from these family members for the first time in a long time. Thank you so much. We will get back to you. And at the top of the hour, you actually heard from Mike Patty, Libby German's grandfather. He addressed the media just 30 minutes ago, and this is the first time that he's spoken about this case in years. That's because the judge had not lifted that gag order until today. He wasn't the only one who spoke today. Also, we heard from the Carroll County Sheriff and the Indiana State Police Superintendent, Doug Carter, who's been involved in this case from day one. Listen.
The family effects, I think you'll see the words that were spoken by the folks that spoke today about their lives and how they've been forever changed, how they'll never be the same. And they said it in ways that were beautiful in some kind of a mysterious way.
Our Emily Longnecker is at this press conference, and we're hoping to hear from her just a little bit later about what else was said. Again, we're on standby to hear from the family of Abby Williams and Libby German as well. And we're going to be breaking down all the developments from today's sentencing on WTHR Plus. You can catch our Delphi debrief later tonight. It's available to stream on demand. You can just download our free streaming app on Fire Stick, Roku, as well as Apple TV. So we will continue to check in with our team team there. We have multiple crews in Delphi. Stay with us for that. Right now, though, we are also monitoring all this cold, some rain, now snow, and temperatures are just declining as Sean Ash tracks this for us.
Yeah, this is the cold we've talked about. We've got the snow. Thankfully, at least at this hour, the majority of our roads locally, Felicia, wet. Exception's going to be bridges and overpasses. Let's show you what's happening here in central Indiana at this hour. NDOT camera. And we've had some bursts of snowfall, but you can see that pavement right now. This is 31 near 116th Street. Pavement's generally going to be wet. Elevated surfaces, however, will be a little slick here. Beautiful shot in a winter wonderland up in South Bend right now. The bulk of their accumulation is over. Not necessarily that they're not going to have some burst of lake effect, but most of that accumulation is coming with that clipper that's now to the south of South Bend. 31 with more of a northerly wind here, and that will probably keep the majority of the steadier, heavier lake effect to the west of South Bend and the stadium. We'll have more on that coming up here in a little bit. Some burst moving through our viewing area, Newcastle, Spiceland, heading toward Connorsville and Rushville. And this is the clipper. It's going to be drifting toward the east and southeast. So what happens in the next coming hours, the steadier snow will gradually end from north to south. Temperatures this hour, right around and maybe a couple of degrees above freezing here. So the roads stay wet with the exception being those elevated surfaces. Wind chills in the 20s now. Those will get a bit colder as well. Here's the balance of your afternoon forecast. That northerly wind is going to continue, so we're going to have a blustery setup with occasional snow showers around. Here's future track 13. Some lake effect will continue as we go through the overnight. It's scattered in variety. Chilly weekend before a balmy setup next week. We'll have more on that in the 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Sean, thank you. And some other news we're following locally is another police-involved shooting this afternoon. This is the second one in just the last week. So the latest incident actually happened on Indy's west side after IMPD says a man carrying a gun and a machete shot a woman. Our 13 News team spoke with one of the woman's roommates who said the man who shot her was in their shared home for hours prior to the shooting. Then that's when the roommate heard the gunshots.
There was no arguments, no nothing. It was just, normal day. And all of a sudden he just started shooting bullets up in the house. My thought was running for cover. And the shooter ran out the back door.
The gun outside. That's when officers confronted him. They repeatedly told him to get on the ground. Once he did, he continued reaching for his weapon. That's when one of the officers shot him. The man was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Right now, we know the woman is stable at the hospital. So we also spoke with IMPD Chief Chris Bailey, who says while they do not yet know the exact circumstances leading up to this, there definitely needs to be a change with how conflicts are handled in Indy. And right now, Metro Police are investigating on the north side of Indy after a deadly car crash late last night. Our 13 News team was at the scene near West 79th and North Meridian Streets. We know the crash happened around 10 p.m. Police tell us one woman died from her injuries and the other drivers cooperating with police. We're now working to find out what led to the crash. And there was another crash that killed at least one person on Indy's west side. This was the scene along Rockville Road near Raceway Road. That crash happened just before 7 p.m. And we spoke to people near the scene who say reckless driving and speeding is a common problem in that area.
It's horrific. We've had a gentleman pass away from this, and if my younger brother's about to start driving, for all I know, this could be him in a couple of years, and that thought horrifies me.
News is now working to learn the names of the victims in both of these crashes. We'll update you when we learn more.